I've noticed over the last couple of months there's been some chirping about advertising on here, and now it seems like it's ramping up. There's people are making videos and writing on stationery and stirring things up about advertising. So I watched this video because it showed up in my homepage, and I just don't quite understand what the problem is. So apparently there has been an increase in the quantity of ads shown, which I have noticed, and apparently there has also been an increase in the how will I describe it, YouTube trying to stop people from using an ad blocker, which I have not noticed because I don't use that stuff. So as far as this channel is concerned, which is my channel, there is supposed to be an ad before and after the video. That's how it's always been. And then if the video is longer than 8 minutes, you're able to add a mid-roll advertising. Now, it used to be every 10 minutes, then they changed it down to 8 minutes. And so what I do is, if the video is longer than 8 minutes, which a lot of my productions are, I will add an ad break every 8 minutes, because that's like the standard that YouTube has set up, and so that's what I do. I have control over whether or not it is a skippable ad versus a non-skippable ad, and that's it. I have no control over the quantity or anything like that. I'm not sure how they choose that. Now, if I have a video that's like 9 minutes, I'll put it one mid-roll in the middle. So I've been doing that for years, and that hasn't changed, and it's not going to change, because I think that's reasonable. What I remember, like let's say last year, you would typically get either a 6-second advertisement before the video or 2 skippable ads before the video, which you could have the skippable ads you only had to watch 5 seconds of, and the same thing with the ad breaks in the middle of the video. It would either be the 1 6-second advertisement or the 2 skippable ads that you could cancel out after 5 seconds. And then I think, going back even older, I think these have been going for a while now, but I remember at some point there was a banner ad which would surface at the bottom of the video player, and I kind of like those because they were unobtrusive, but those, I haven't seen those in a long time. So what I have noticed is that now, instead of a 6-second ad that's non-skippable, it tends to be a 15-second ad that's non-skippable, and then sometimes there's 2 of them, and so then you end up with a 30-second block of advertising, which is a lot more than it was. It's more than twice as much of what it used to be, but I still don't think that it's totally out of control, because, well, let's say for a half an hour video, right? I don't think that would be out of control to have a 30-second before the half an hour video and then a 30-second every 8 minutes, because even though that's more than twice what it used to be, it's still a fraction of what it is on other platforms. Like, let's say, for example, cable TV. You have programming that runs in half an hour segments and hour segments. A program that runs in a half an hour segment would only give you about between 18 and 21 minutes of the actual program that you want to watch, and the other 9 or 12 minutes of that time slot is advertisements. Whereas on here we're talking 8 every 8 minutes, 30 seconds. So you're talking maybe 2 minutes over the course of a half an hour. And it's the same thing on TV, like with an hour program. Okay, with an hour program, you might have between, I think it's 38 and 43 minutes of the actual program that you want, and then the other 16 or whatever minutes is, I'm tired. I'm not counting it. Whatever the other minutes is all advertising. Which again is a ton more than what you would get here on YouTube. And that, even you're talking to cable television, you're paying for that outrageous amounts per month to have that. And then on top of the paying for it, there's all that advertising, whereas this is free, right? You're not paying for this. Now I don't have cable TV, I don't have TV. I never have. So I use YouTube as if it was my TV subscription. I literally have a computer attached to my television set, and if I want to watch TV, quote, I just open up YouTube and play something. And yeah, there's ads on there. There's no ad blocker. I don't use ad blockers. There's the ads, and I watch, in quotes, the ads, right? If it's a really annoying advertisement, which there are plenty of on here, and it's a 30-second one, I might get up and go get something to drink, or I might turn the sound off if it's a really annoying one, but it plays. Every ad that comes up on a video plays on my computer screen. So that's that. The ad blocker, in my opinion, is unethical because this is being offered for free. It's got to be paid for somehow, and so I actually don't use ad blocker anywhere. I don't have one on my computer because any legitimate site, which is really all that I go to, if it has some ads, then it has some ads. It's how the site is paid for. So I don't understand what the problem is with the quantity of advertising on here. I really don't get it. What I do think is a problem, however, is the revenue that goes to the creators, because as the quantity of ads has gone up, the revenue has been consistently plummeting for the last year or so. Last year, compared to this year, I made about $15,000 less this year than I did last year. And that's assuming the next 2 months are decent. If they're not decent, which normally by now it starts to ramp up, which it hasn't been, it might be even more than that. So there's more ads, the less revenue's coming in. You know, my views have been pretty stable for the last several years. Hasn't changed much, but yet the ad revenue is going down and down and down. So something is wrong, and as far as that's concerned. The quantity of ads doesn't bother me. I watch them. If that's what's required to support the creator of the video that I enjoyed, a couple minutes for half an hour programming, that to me is fine and reasonable. But what I don't understand is where's all that money going? Because it's not going to me, and it's probably not going to anybody else that actually makes the videos. Well, maybe it's different for the channels that make millions and millions of subscribers. That I don't know. I don't run that kind of a channel, so can't speak for that. But for a channel my size, we're not getting the money. I don't know where it's going.